Today's wig comes from Pretty Luxe Hair, and we are going to be doing the minimum to this wig. This wig comes already pre-styled, and also it comes with bleach knots. So in your box you get your wig that looks just like this, and you also get some goodies. So I have here an adjustable strap and also a wig cap that they also supply inside your box. Now today I really want to dive into the specs and details of this wig so you guys can know what's normal and what's not. As you can see, the cap for this wig is a 13x6 lace cap. It comes with combs. It also comes with adjustable straps, and the knots are pre-bleached, so you don't need to re-bleach your knots. So what I'm going to do today for you guys is show you guys a way to hide your knots even further, because a lot of times when you get your wig, you may notice that the knots are bleached, but there are knots that are still visible. And sometimes bleaching again can overprocess the hair. You may also too notice that sometimes when you get your wig, your knots can be over bleached. Now this process is very delicate. No matter how careful you are, sometimes spill out can happen and it's unavoidable. Now let's take a look at the hair quality on this wig. I believe the straight hair and the body wave are the two best qualities. So it's so close to its natural state that it has the least amount of chemicals and processing done. As you can see, this hair flows well, and we do have a bob blunt cut. Okay, let's move into covering these knots. As I discussed earlier, sometimes even when your wig comes with bleach knots, you may still notice some visible knots. It's because companies cannot touch every single knot with that bleach. So in order to do this, you want to go back and fake bleach the knots. I wouldn't recommend re-bleaching because it can cause over processing. So I'm going to take this even lace tint, and this one is in a natural beige. I shared with you guys this color earlier this week, and yes, while it was too whitish for my complexion, I found that the coverage on this is amazing. So I'm just applying this all over the inside of the cap. This is also good for changing the lace color, and if your knots are too brown for your complexion, you can change it lighter, or you can change it darker if it's too light. So the second color I'm going to apply over top of this is the light warm brown, and mixing these two gives me the exact color that I need for it to match with my complexion. Now I'm applying a good amount all over the cap so that I can get coverage as if I'm applying foundation to my face. Now I know you may be wondering, why are you applying two colors? Why not just use one? Like I said, the first color is a bit too light, and I noticed that when I use the light warm brown, it don't cover the knots exactly the way I want it to. So applying that lighter color is almost like applying a base and then going over that base with the color that you need. Hope that makes sense. So this is what it looks like after both colors are applied. Let me do a side-by-side comparison. As you can see how it looked before compared to how it looked now, it looks like scalp. Now this even tint comes in several different colors, but as you can see, look how realistic that look. I'm going to go ahead and push back this hairline so you guys can really see how everything looks. We're not going to do any tweezing to this hairline. We're just going to take that hot comb and we are going to push it back and lay it flat. I am so impressed with how well this is turning out. Like, I literally wanted to do the minimum amount of work to this wig. I did not want to do a lot, and I really don't have to. The hairline comes pre-plucked, so you don't need to tweeze it if you don't want to. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to, is what I'm saying. So I'm just pushing back the hairline with my hot comb so that when I go to apply this wig, it can lay naturally and look really good. So I'm going to be a little bit extra here and add more of that even lace tint on the outside of the cap around that hairline. Now I'm doing this to make sure I see absolutely no knots at all. I'm starting off with that natural beige again as a base, and then I'm gonna go over top of it with the light warm brown to make sure that the knots don't look whitish. They will have a tint to them that matches my forehead color. Now, if you are darker than me, for your base color, go with the color that is one shade lighter than your actual skin complexion, and then apply your skin tone color over top of that. All right, we are almost ready for the install. Now, like I said, this wig is a minimum work required type of wig, so you don't need to even style it. I don't even need to use the flat iron on this wig today. I'm just kind of getting the bends out from it being in the box. So yeah, the hair quality on this is really good. If you wanted to curl it, you can, but if you want curls that's going to last, I would suggest going with the body wave texture, because the straight style is just straight to the point. It's going to do what it came to do, honey. Look at this hairline, girl. It looks so good. Do not worry about the residue that's on the hair. As you start to apply your, hair styling products, it will fade. And if it bothers you too much, you can always go back with a damp cloth and wipe off. But when I go to install this wig, you will see how well it blends, and you will see no knots, and it will just look like scalp. And I love the way that the lace tint blends the hair with the lace, and the knots are just invisible. So I'm just taking my hot comb again and pressing it to make sure that it lays flat, and we are going to go ahead and style up some edges. This step is completely optional. You don't need to do this, but I like to. I'm going to go ahead and separate some hairs around that hairline. Just some very thin, wispy hairs. Nothing thick, nothing dramatic. I'm using my small curler and my hot comb to lay the hair down. This is also good to do beforehand if you are scared that you may burn your forehead, so you can always do it on your canvas head. I will be sure to put everything I'm using, including this wig, down below in the description box. Make sure you check below the video for everything in today's video. All right, she is ready to be installed. Let's go ahead and install this wig and see how it looks. It's time for that install, and as you guys can see, everything looks amazing. Like, if you thought for one second I was about to screw up this wig with that beige spray, girl, no. I think I've actually created a new technique that it's going to be very popular, to be honest, because I think I'm going to use this a lot. As you can see, there is no knots on this wig, not at the hairline, not in the parting. It just looks so clean, you guys, and I absolutely love it. Now for today's wig install, I decided not to fully glue down this wig. However, I know a lot of you want to know, how do you keep your ear tab areas down if you wear your wig glueless? So I'm going to show that in just a second. But the first thing I'm going to do is adjust the straps in the back to fit really snug so that my wig can stay in place. This is very important when you're not wearing glue. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove the ear tab areas, because if you leave too much around that area, you will get lifting at your sideburns, and we don't want that. So I had to just zoom in so that you all can see how this lace just melts with my complexion. As you can see, it's not glued down, but look at that. I mean, like, what lace? And honestly, if I was going to wear this style like for a week or longer, I would definitely glue it down. I would do the ball cap method and all that good stuff. But if you want to keep your size down but you don't want to do the full glue or anything, just add a little bit of that wig adhesive spray or hairspray right to the sideburn areas. That way that area won't lift, because there's really no way to keep that area down unless you glue it. You could use a bobby pin, but it's not going to look as natural. Now I am going to take my sleigh band and also tie my hairline down, just because I want to make sure that lace is going to lay flat even though I'm not gluing it down. All right, so look at that hairline, you guys. I am impressed with this wig. It looks so good. It lays so flat and everything is just beautiful. So everything in today's video, including this wig, will be linked below in the description box. Make sure you check there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you back in my next video. Mwah.